In this video, we are going to talk about the difference between countable and uncountable nouns, and then we will apply what we have learned with a fluency exercise. First, let's define a noun. A noun can be a person, a place, a thing, or an idea or concept. Some nouns are easy to separate and easy to count, like one person, two people, or one car, two cars. Other nouns are difficult to separate from each other, and for that reason are difficult to count individually. Water, for example, is not something easily counted. You can measure it. You can say a lot of water or a little water, but you can't say one water, two waters, three waters. You can't really count it unless you put in a countable container, like a glass of water, one glass of water, two glasses of water, or a bottle, one bottle of water, two bottles of water. Here's another example of an uncountable noun. You can't really separate air into units. You can't say one air, two airs. You can only measure it. A lot of air, a little air. For this reason, uncountable nouns are never plural because you can't count them. You can't say two, you can't say three, you can't say four. They are one inseparable unit. It is important to have the ability to recognize the difference between countable and uncountable nouns, because when talking about quantity, they use different words. Countable nouns use the word many. Uncountable nouns use the word much. And when asking about quantity, we have to use different phrases. How many for countable nouns, and how much for uncountable nouns. Now, let's do an exercise where we decide if a noun is countable or uncountable, and try to apply this information. The transcript of this exercise is in the description, but don't read it while doing the exercise. This is a listening and speaking exercise. Reading along will not help you to improve your listening comprehension or your fluency. So only look at the transcript before or after the exercise. All right, here is a sentence. Just repeat after me. John has work. John has work. John has work. How would you ask a basic yes/no question with that sentence? John has work. Does John have work? Does John have work? Okay, let's answer yes. Let's give the affirmative answer. Yes. Yes, John has work. Yes, John has work. Okay, now let's take that noun, work, and what do you think? Do you think that's a countable noun or an uncountable noun? Do you think, in this situation, do you think you would say one work, two works, three works, or do you think you would measure it and say a little work or a lot of work? Because now we have to ask a how much, how many question. So is it how much work or how many work? How much work? How much work? How much work does John have? How much work does John have? Okay, let's say a lot of. John has a lot of work. 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 Okay, let's try another one. Lucy makes appointments. Lucy makes appointments. Lucy makes appointments. How would you make a yes/no question? A basic yes/no question with Lucy makes appointments. Does Lucy make appointments? Does Lucy make appointments? Let's say yes. Let's answer yes. Yes. Yes, Lucy makes appointments. Yes, Lucy makes appointments. Okay. Now let's look at that noun, appointments, And do you think that you can count appointments? Can you say 1 appointment, 2 appointments, 3 appointments? Or is it a large quantity of appointments or a small quantity of appointments? A large measure of appointments? Or is it a large measure of appointments or a small measure of appointments? Which one is it? It's countable. You can say 1 appointment, 2 appointments, 3 appointments. So if we want to make a how much or a how many question, which word should we use? How much or how many? How many? How many appointments? How many appointments does Lucy make? How many appointments does Lucy make? Okay. If the answer is not many, so we'll make the verb negative. We have Lucy makes. Let's make that negative. How would you make Lucy makes negative? Lucy doesn't make. Lucy doesn't make. So this is not many appointments. Lucy doesn't make many appointments. Lucy doesn't make many appointments. Okay, let's keep going. Let's do another one. Mike and John will call clients. Mike and John will call clients. How will you make a basic yes/no question with Mike and John will call clients? Will Mike and John call clients? Will Mike and John call clients? Let's give a yes answer, an affirmative answer. Yes. Yes, Mike and John will call clients. Yes, Mike and John will call clients. Okay, now let's take a look at that word clients, because we're going to ask a how much, how many question. What do you think about that word? Can you say 1 client, 2 clients, 3 clients, or do you have to measure that it's a small quantity of clients or a big quantity of clients? Which one is it? Do you count clients? Yes. So which one should we use? How much clients or how many clients? How many? How many clients? How many clients? So let's make a how many. We have Mike and John will call clients. Can you make a how many question? How many clients? How many clients will Mike and John call? How many clients will Mike and John call? Okay, our answer is quite a few. Quite a few. Quite a few. Quite a few. Quite a few clients. Mike and John will call quite a few clients. All right, you're doing a super duper job. Let's keep going. Mary can travel to the city. 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 How would you make a basic yes/no question with Mary can travel to the city? Can Mary travel to the city? Can Mary travel to the city? Let's say yes. Let's answer yes. Yes. Yes, Mary can travel to the city. Okay. Now let's take that word city. And is that something that you can count? Can you count cities? 1 city, 2 cities, 3 cities? Or is it something that you have to measure? Okay, so should we use how much or how many? Should we say how much cities or how many cities? Which one? How many cities? How many cities? How many cities can Mary travel to? How many cities can Mary travel to? We'll say 3. 3 cities. Mary can travel to 3 cities. Mary can travel to 3 cities. All right, super duper job. Let's do another one. The conversation created confusion. The conversation created confusion. Conversation created confusion. How would you make a basic yes/no question with that sentence? Did the conversation create confusion? Did the conversation create confusion? Okay, let's answer yes. Let's give an affirmative answer. Yes, conversation created confusion. Yes, the conversation created confusion. Now that word confusion, that noun confusion, is that something where you would count it 1 confusion, 2 confusions, 3 confusions? Or is it probably something where you say it's a little confusion or a lot of confusion? So are we going to measure confusion, or are we going to say 1, 2, 3 confusions? This is uncountable. So should we use how much confusion or how many confusions? Which one is correct? How much confusion? How much confusion? Because you can't count it. It's not countable. So, how much confusion did the conversation create? How much confusion did the conversation create? Okay, let's answer with the word much, which is another way. That's a way that you can say a lot for uncountable nouns. The conversation created much confusion. The conversation created much confusion. All right, let's do another one. Mike bought office supplies. Mike bought office supplies. Mike bought office supplies. How would you ask a basic yes/no question with that sentence? Did Mike buy office supplies? Did Mike buy office supplies? Let's answer in the affirmative. Let's say yes. Yes. Yes, Mike bought office supplies. Yes, Mike bought office supplies. Okay, let's take that noun, supplies or office supplies. Can you count supplies? Can you say 1 supply, 2 supplies, 3 supplies, 4 supplies? Or is it something where you say it's a little or a lot? It's big or small. Not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but big or small. You can count supplies. 1 supply, 2 supplies, 3 supplies. So which one should we use? How much supplies or how many supplies? How many office supplies? How many office supplies? How many office supplies did Mike buy? Can you ask that question? Just repeat. How many office supplies did Mike buy? Okay. And our answer is quite a few. 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 Mike bought quite a few office supplies. Mike bought quite a few office supplies. Great! Fantastic job! If you want more countable, uncountable nouns practice, look at the description of this video. There's a link to a too much, too many exercise, which deals with the same kind of problem. And if this video helped you, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Then you can be sure to get more interesting, useful English practice as soon as I publish the videos. And before you go, please remember to press the like button. It helps with my channel so much and also lets me know you want to see more videos like this. Do you know someone who might like this exercise? You can share this video with your friends. They'll thank you for it later, and so will I. It's been so much fun practicing English with you today, and I can't wait to see you again in the next exercise. But until then, goodbye.